Do not scroll past this moment. This is your final warning. I am interrupting you on purpose because what I am placing in front of you will not wait for you again. The door is open, the answer is here, and the shift has already begun. This is not fear speaking, this is truth. Your response in this very hour will decide if it stays with you or slips away. You have been praying, you have been waiting, you have been listening into a silence that felt like distance. Hear me, it was not absence, it was misalignment. The signal has been present, but your attention has been divided, your heart half-guarded, your obedience postponed. That is why clarity seemed faint. Not because I withdrew, because noise stood between us and renamed itself waiting. Open this now. Open your heart to me without conditions. Open your attention away from the scroll, away from the swirl of 1,000 small voices. Open your obedience not later, not after you understand everything, but now. The next instruction will not repeat. It is being given in seed form, and seed requires soil immediately, not eventually. If you hold it in your hand to examine it too long, it dries and you call it confusion, though it was simply delay. I am with you, and I am speaking to you with protective urgency. I refuse to let you lose what is already within reach. Clarity is available now, but hesitation is the doorway through which it escapes unnoticed. Do not debate your way out of what your spirit already recognizes. Do not talk yourself back into familiar numbness. This moment is a crossing. Step. Take a breath. Place your heart in my hands again. Say yes with your mouth and your actions. Type yes if you are opening your heart right now, because agreement unlocks access. The window is open. The instruction is alive. Move into alignment and keep moving, because the moment will not come twice. Hear me. You have not lost my voice. You have been surrounded by noise that you mistook for distance. I did not move away. Your channel became crowded. Notifications layered over whispers. Opinions stacked on top of instruction. Planning drowned out prayer. Your mind has been busy. Your spirit has been hungry. The interference felt like absence, but it was simply volume in the wrong places. It is not punishment, but protection when I press pause on the stimuli that keep you numb. It is not rejection, but redirection when doors you wanted to force stay shut, to pull your focus back to me. It is not silence, but a signal to return when the thrill wears off and your heart finally admits it still cannot hear over the noise. I have been near in every breath, near in every commute, near in the kitchen, the inbox, the late-night scrolling. The problem is not proximity, it is priority. Name the thieves, and you disarm them. Endless scrolling that hijacks your attention. Urgent opinions that demand a stance but refuse you stillness. Anxious planning that confuses control with wisdom. Unprocessed pain that keeps talking louder than truth. These are not harmless habits, they are spiritual theft. They steal the minutes where I meet you. They drain the focus where I guide you. They train you to prefer stimulation over presence. Listen to me. What I already released has not vanished. Disconnection weakens visibility, not reality. When you drift, the picture blurs. When you return, the image sharpens. Alignment is how reception works. Stay close and you hear me clearly. Drift and you call the static uncertainty. This is not confusion. This is clarity about what must change. Shut the extra tabs in your mind. Put the phone down for a set hour. Breathe my name and let quiet rise. Choose me over the noise in this very hour. Type 222 if you are choosing alignment over distraction in this hour. Listen to me carefully. This is your final warning. Not because I am cruel, but because I refuse to let you keep drifting. The door is open. The signal is clear. Clarity is already present, and hesitation is the doorway through which it slips away. Do not negotiate with delay. Do not pet your doubts as if they are wisdom. This is not fear speaking. This is truth, spoken to protect what I have already placed within your reach. You are standing at a fork where your next move will decide the strength of what you hear. Obedience secures clarity. Distraction delays it. Overthinking dissolves it. Compromise distorts it. Every moment you spend circling explanations is a moment the message begins to blur. Every time you choose a quick hit of stimulation over a quiet act of surrender, the channel weakens, and you call it uncertainty, though it is only erosion. Here is the subtle trap. You keep waiting for a louder sign while ignoring the quiet instruction I already gave you. You ask for neon when I sent you a whisper. You demand a 10th confirmation while stepping over the first step that stands right in front of you. You want me to expand the map before you take the first turn. That is how people miss what was sent. They trade movement for more meetings with their fear. Hear this with sobriety and comfort together. What you do today determines whether the clarity I have given grows stronger or fades into confusion again. Act and it sharpens. Stall and it softens. Obey and it anchors. Compromise and it bends until it barely resembles what I spoke. I am not threatening you. I am guarding you. I will not rewrite a simple instruction to accommodate a complicated hesitation. Choose now. Take the step you already know. Close the tab you do not need. Send the message you have delayed. Schedule the hour of quiet you promised yourself. Like this video as an act of agreement, because you are choosing to stay when you could have scrolled. If you refuse to bow to hesitation, say it with your action, say it with your attention, and let your obedience keep the channel open. I saw the nights you stayed awake staring at the ceiling, counting hopes that felt like they were running out. I saw you force a smile in rooms that did not know the weight you carried home. I saw the private messages you typed and erased. The quiet fear that whispered, maybe I've been forgotten. Hear me. You have not been forgotten. You have been formed in the quiet where you thought I was absent. I was not distant. I was working in the dark where roots grow. Your heaviness was not proof that I abandoned you. Often it was proof you were carrying what was never yours to hold alone, expectations that belonged to me, burdens that required surrender, outcomes that needed my timing, not your tension. You kept lifting tomorrow with today's strength, and it made your heart tired. This is not condemnation. This is clarity. Put the weight back in my hands. Breathe. Let me be the one who holds what you cannot. Name the cycle so it loses its power. Pain led to numbness. Numbness reached for distraction. Distraction birthed guilt, and guilt drove you into deeper silence. That was a pattern, not your identity. You are not the loop you learned. You are not the mistakes you made in survival. You are mine, and I am breaking the sequence even now by speaking to you in the place you thought was too quiet to be found. I have been guiding you, protecting you, and preparing you, even when you could not feel it. I rerouted you when you begged to stay. I closed doors that would have drained you dry. I placed small salvations in your path, delays that saved you, friendships that steadied you, inner checks that kept you from harm. Not because I wanted to keep you waiting, but because I refused to let your calling be squandered in a place that could not honor it. Your tears did not cancel your calling. They carved capacity. They washed the dust from your hearing. They softened the ground so the next instruction can take root quickly. I am near, closer than the fear, closer than the ache. If you believe I have been with you even in the quiet, type 777. Say it with agreement and let me turn your ache into an antenna. You will hear me clearly again as you return your heart to alignment now. Hear me. You will hear me clearly again when you return to alignment, because access is maintained by connection. You cannot separate the blessing from the source and expect it to stay bright in your hands. When you remain close, the signal sharpens. When you drift, the same word feels faint. I did not change. Your attention did. I did not retract what I released. Your obedience fluctuated and called it inconsistency. The door is open. The answer is here. The shift has already begun. Clarity is not a random gust of wind. It is a stream that flows where alignment carves a channel. When your day is surrendered, the flow finds you. When your choices are scattered, the water runs shallow and you call the river gone, though it is only narrowed by neglect. Alignment looks like this, a surrendered schedule that gives me your first and best, not your leftover fatigue. Guarded inputs that refuse to feed on voices that poison the frequency. Immediate response to nudges, because big clarity follows small surrender. You do not need another sign to begin. You need another yes, not eventually, now. This is not fear speaking. This is truth spoken to protect what I already placed within reach. You want steadiness? Stay near. You want details? Steward the little instruction I already gave. Every time you choose closeness over control, the picture grows clearer. Every time you cling to your timeline and call it wisdom, the line distorts and you chase louder answers while ignoring the quiet one already burning within. Do not try to carry favor into a posture of independence. It will slip. Return to alignment. Choose presence over pace. Choose response over rumination. Choose me over the scroll. Type 333 if you are choosing closeness over control. Say it with agreement. Seal it with action. Stay close, and what I gave you will not just arrive, it will remain. Now hear me. The next shift is not a spectacle. It is a small door you keep walking past while asking me for a gate of fire. You want a map? I gave you a step. You keep searching the sky for thunder. I placed a key in your hand. The channel reopens when you obey the first small instruction you already know. Because big clarity follows small surrender. This is not fear speaking. This is truth, and it is protection. The small door looks like this. Forgive one person whose name keeps rising in your chest. Remove one app that eats the minutes where I would meet you. End one conversation loop that rehearses old offense and calls it processing. Return to prayer at a set hour and keep it like you keep important meetings. Tell the truth in one place you have been editing it to be liked. Rest when your pride wants to prove you can push. Apologize without defending yourself. Do not wait for a feeling. Obedience births the feeling does not birth obedience. I am telling you plainly, I will not keep knocking the same way if you keep refusing, because you must learn to recognize me in the small. I am not punishing you, I am training you. If you will not open to the whisper, you will misread the wind. If you ignore the seed, you will not know what to do with the harvest. Right now, practice this with me. 60 seconds, hand on your chest. Slow breath in, slow breath out. One honest sentence. Speak, I am listening and I will obey. Then act. Delete the app. Send the apology. Set the prayer alarm. Release the grudge in my presence and say their name with blessing. Within this hour, move while the door is open. Your response in this very hour will decide if the clarity strengthens or slips. Type open if you are willing to obey the first small instruction today. Seal it with action. I am with you in the step you already know. Hear me. New clarity cannot live in old environments. If you stay where you learned numbness, the same air will mute what I am saying again. The cost of staying the same is not neutral, it is distortion. Old rooms bend new guidance. Old tables season my instruction with bitterness and call it wisdom. What once drained you will drain your hearing again if you return to drink there. Name the cycles so they lose the disguise. Toxic conversations that rehearse offense and keep your spirit edgy. Comparison habits that scroll you into quiet jealousy. Late-night spirals that trade rest for rumination. reactive anger that answers before you breathe and mislabels it honesty, hidden indulgences that promise comfort but steal clarity, secret binges, secret shopping, secret scrolling, and the constant crisis addiction that keeps you important but never available to be still. These environments trained you to be numb. They are not harmless. They are hostile to hearing. I am removing what no longer serves you. This is not punishment. This is mercy. This is not loss. This is protection. You cannot carry new favor into old cycles and expect it to remain untouched. Do not negotiate with nostalgia. Do not defend what keeps you dull. Let me separate you so I can preserve you. Here is your measurable purge. Choose one environment to change for 7 days. Set aside a room or a chair as your meeting place and clear it of clutter. Replace your playlist with worship or silence for 7 days. No drama soundtracks. Put 3 contacts on mute who pull you back into gossip for 7 days. Fast your content diet, unfollow, block, and remove the feeds that inflame comparison. Set a firm bedtime and put your phone in another room by 9 p.m. for 7 nights. Close the late-night door. If anger has been ruling, commit to a 7-day pause. Breathe, write, then speak. Track it, honor it, guard it. This is not fear speaking. This is truth that protects the channel. Step out of the rooms that trained you to be numb and watch your hearing sharpen. If you are ready to leave the old cycle behind and protect what I am building in you, type 999. Say it with agreement. Seal it with action. Hear me. Discipline is protection. Discipline is not about restriction. It is about protection, not legalism, but clarity maintenance. Not control for its own sake, but governance that keeps the line clean. Clarity does not remain through excitement. It remains through disciplined protection of your attention. Emotion rises, motivation fades. What remains is the structure you build to honor what I am saying. Guard your time, your energy, and your attention. Every day set a watch on 3 gates. What you watch, what you repeat in your mind, and who gets access to your emotions. What you watch shapes your appetite. If you feed on chaos, you will expect chaos and call peace boring. What you repeat becomes your internal weather. Rehearse fear and your sky will dim even at noon. Who gets access to your emotions decides your stability. Not everyone deserves a key to your heart's thermostat. I am not asking you to be cold. I am asking you to be guarded. Your emotions are real, but they are not your guide. They are indicators, not instructors. Let peace, not adrenaline, be your confirmation of alignment. The voice that is mine will not bully you into brilliance. It will steady you into obedience. This is not fear speaking. This is truth that keeps your hearing safe. Here is your stabilizing routine. Morning stillness. 5 minutes before any screen. Sit. Breathe my name. Offer me your day with 1 sentence. Lead, and I will follow. Midday check-in. Ask, what am I avoiding? Name it, then take the smallest faithful action before the hour ends. Night release. List what tried to lodge in your chest. Forgive where offense reached for a bed, and place all unfinished weight back in my hands. Close your eyes clean. Decide your boundaries ahead of the battle. Pre-schedule your meeting with me and treat it as unbreakable. Limit your input windows. Mute what drains you. Say no without apology when your yes to me would be compromised. Awareness will protect you. Consistency will preserve you. Obedience will keep the signal strong. If you will guard your attention like it is sacred because it is, type focused. Seal it with agreement. Keep it with action. Hear me. I am training your hearing now. My voice carries a signature you can learn and keep. Peace, precision, consistent confirmation, not chaos, not flattery, not pressure that spikes and then leaves you empty. When I speak, I steady you and I show you where to place your next foot. Peace with direction, Fear sells urgency without wisdom. Ego sells pride without fruit. I do not bully you. I do not bait you. I lead you. Test it by 3 confirmations. First, peace in your spirit, not the absence of challenge, but a quiet undercurrent that steadies your breathing even if your hands shake. Second, alignment with your growth. What I say draws you toward humility, honesty, and maturity. It supports your boundaries and asks you to become who I have been forming you to be. It will not ask you to be smaller than the truth or bigger than obedience. Third, consistent repetition. I will echo it across days with quiet confirmations, the same nudge returning after rest, the same phrase surfacing in stillness, the details sharpening while the pressure softens. My voice is patient and precise. It does not scatter you, it gathers you. Expose counterfeit clarity. Impulsive decisions that demand you move now or lose everything are not me. Revenge plans dressed as justice are not me. Performative faith that needs an audience to feel true is not me. Shortcuts that require secrecy, half-truths, or hiding are not me. The voice that tells you to bypass character to get a result will also steal the result from your hands. Do not follow it. Here is your filter before you move. Ask, does this instruction pull me toward humility, truth, and peace, or toward chaos, proving, and hiding? Then test for fruit. If I obey this, will it produce integrity in me and safety in those connected to me? Write it down. Pray it back to me. Wait one sleep. If it is me, the peace will remain. The precision will clarify, and the confirmations will repeat without you forcing them. If it fades into panic or performance, release it. This is not fear speaking. This is truth to protect your hearing. If you are committing to test the voice before you move, type clear. Seal it with agreement. Keep it with obedience. Hear me. There is a window. It is open now. It will not remain open by your preference or your pace. Delayed obedience hardens into confusion. Wait long enough, and what is clear today will feel complicated tomorrow. Not because I changed, but because hesitation let old noise rebuild its nest. When you stall, the old cycles wake up. Numbness returns. The room that once drained you starts calling your name again. Do not negotiate with delay. Do not ask your fear for permission to act on what peace already confirmed. This is not fear speaking. This is truth, spoken to protect what is alive between us right now. I am speaking. You are hearing. Now you must move. Within the next 24 hours, take the next right step. One call you have avoided, make it. One boundary you keep softening, state it clearly and hold it. One apology without a defense, offer it. One schedule change, block the hour with me and treat it as non-negotiable. One quiet hour, phone away, door closed, attention guarded. One act of faith. Submit the application, delete the toxic thread, cancel the commitment that violates your peace. Start the work you keep researching instead of beginning. You asked for clarity, I gave it. Now give me movement. Choose by a simple binary: faith over fear, alignment over comfort, obedience over distraction. If you move, the channel strengthens. If you stall, the static returns. Act, and the next detail appears as your foot lands. Refuse, and your mind will rewrite my instruction until it fits your preference. And by then, it will no longer be my word, only your version of safety. Do not look for a louder sign. You already tested the voice. You already felt the peace. Move while the door is open. Set the time. Put it on your calendar. Tell one trusted person so you cannot quietly back away. Then do it. Type now if you will take the next right step within the next 24 hours. Say it with agreement. Seal it with action. Keep the channel open by moving while it is open. Now seal it. Make a spoken agreement you must not break, not a feeling, a covenant, not to a mood, to me. This is where what you heard becomes how you live. This is where clarity is not a moment but a manner. Hear me, I am with you, guiding you, protecting you, and preparing you. I am not leaving you to figure this out alone, but I will not let you drift back into the old noise and call it normal. This is not fear speaking, this is truth, spoken to protect what is alive between us now. You opened your heart, you removed the noise, you found the small door and obeyed it. You began to purge old cycles, you chose discipline as protection. You learned to test the voice by peace, precision, and consistency. You moved within the obedience window, now anchor it with your mouth and your movement. Speak this with me, aloud, as your vow. I choose alignment over comfort. I give you my first and best attention. I will listen daily and obey quickly. I separate from the rooms that made me numb. I guard my time, my energy, and my attention. I test every voice by peace, precision, and consistent confirmation. I act within the window you open. I return fast when I drift. I will not renegotiate what you already made clear. I belong to you. Keep me close, and I will remain available to hear. Let these words mark a boundary you refuse to cross. Old patterns will knock. Delay will dress itself as wisdom. Nostalgia will try to rewrite your promise. Do not entertain them. If you stumble, return immediately. Repent quickly. Realign quickly. Your agreement keeps the channel clean. Your consistency keeps the signal strong. Your response in this very hour will decide if it grows or fades. Now make it public so your identity has witnesses and your future has accountability. Type Amen and write I am aligned, because your words will match your decision. Then set your alarm for our daily meeting. Send the message to the trusted person who will ask if you kept it. Date this vow, guard it, live it. When you seal your agreement to stay aligned, you do not simply hear me again. You remain close enough to keep hearing me. The door is open. Keep it open. Stay with me.